Hi, it's Heather from Strings and Threads. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. I've been calling Wednesdays Wearable Wednesday, and Jess from J-Hook Magic is joining me. She's already posted her video for today and it gave me a good little giggle. So if you haven't checked out her video, go check it out for today. She finished a shirt and she talked about how it went for her, and I will let her tell her story. So go over and check her out. So I started this in January. I was just like, I really want to start getting better at making wearables. I've never, other than like hats and scarves and shawls and stuff, I've never made anything that I felt good wearing. And so I thought, well, you know, win or fail, I'm gonna come on and show the world what is going on with my wearables. But it's been a really good experience. I've learned a lot so far. I've been doing this for about 6 months and I've had some wins and some fails along the way, but I've also received some really great advice and I feel a lot more comfortable now making something to wear. And I'm not saying that everything I make would be a success story, but I definitely have learned some tips and tricks along the way that will make it better. So I'm wearing the shirt. I showed this to you last week, but I'm wearing it again. I've worn it several times just because I love it. But last week when I showed it, I was telling you that it was a little bit big on me. And so what I did was I washed it and dried it, and it did shrink up a little bit. And now I feel like it is the perfect fit. You're not going to have a full body view, but it's not as long as it was, and it's a little bit more, it's not form-fitting, but it's a little bit more closer to my body. And so I'm really a lot happier with the fit now. So this is the pattern, a pattern by Cactus and Lace. I think it's just called an easy crochet tank, something to that effect. And here's how it looks. And I think the one that I'm wearing right now fits similar to this one in the picture. This is made with Kaboo yarn. And I had decided with this one that I was gonna make it with Dollar Tree yarn, or Dollar Tree just cotton, because of the cost factor. It only cost me $13 to make this shirt, roundabout. You know, it might've been with tax, whatever, it might've been slightly more, but it was right about $13 for me to make this. With the Kaboo, I priced it out at Michael's. It would have cost me about $54 to make it. So that was the difference there. But one of my friends, Deb, she sent me enough Kaboo yarn to make the shirt with that type of yarn. And so that's what I've started to do. And I decided I was going to do a comparison. So when I've completed making this same shirt again with the Kaboo, we'll do a comparison and we'll see, was it worth the extra cost, or is it okay? Or is it acceptable to make it with this, but preferential to make it with the other? I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I wanted to make some categories and I wanted your help with that. So I was thinking, like, I came up with 3. One is the feel of the material or the yarn. One is the ease of working with it. Was one easier to work with than the other? And then the other one that I thought of, will the fit be the same? Because will the Kaboo yarn drape differently than the Dollar Tree yarn drapes? So we'll see. I can answer a couple of those, you know, from the list, but also I'd like to add more categories to the list. So let me know if you can think of another category that would be good for this type of comparison. So I've gotten this far in the front panel. It's not quite ready to start the sleeve yet, or whatever this part of it is. I'm gonna do the two-tone like she did in the picture. So I had more white than yellow, so I'm gonna have the white be this part and then the yellow be this part. Let me see so the Kaboo white, I think, was just called white. This one is just called yellow. And again, this was a gift to me. Can you see if I move my head out of the way, will it focus? It's hard for me to know if it's focused anyway because it's kind of blurry when I'm looking at the screen since I have progressive glasses and I'm not looking out of the correct part of my glasses for the distance that the camera is. But I can tell you that although both felt fine to work with, the Kaboo is much softer. So it feels really good when I'm working with it. The ease of working, now I've had a lot of people say that they thought the Kaboo was splitty. I have not encountered that in my working with it. Let me get I was using a Susan Bates crochet hook, and I don't know if this is just grabbing it up better or, but I did not have an issue with it splitting when I worked with it, but I did not have an issue with that with the Dollar Tree yarn either. The Dollar Tree yarn was very easy to work with too. I think because of the blend, it's much softer to work with this. Not that it was harsh to work with this, but it was a little bit rougher. So I'm just gonna keep working on this, and we can answer more questions about whether it's worthwhile to spend the extra money or not as we go along. It's almost over, but I wanted to mention that there is a hashtag going around. Linan from Nina's Knots and Jackie from Crochet HD are doing a challenge. It's hashtag Tanks and Tees 2023, and I have it in my description, so if you wanted to look it up. And they are just challenging everybody to make a shirt. They're ending it June 30th. Not that you can't make a shirt after that, but they're accepting pictures. At least Linan is accepting pictures up until June 30th, and then she's going to enter all the pictures into a drawing and give away prizes sometime in July. So I just thought I would mention that. I submitted this shirt, and then the shirt that Jess made was one that I had made too, and I submitted a picture of that one as well. So if you were interested in participating in that, just go to either Jackie or Linan's channel. They'll be listed below and you can check that out. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!